So my name is Lindsey Olmstead. I'm an engineer with ProMiles for the BRDR hash-to-ware software. Today I'm going to talk about BRM Web Services integration. And the goal of this update was to basically just use BRM's web service, their RESTful API, to integrate data between BRDR and BRM. Okay. And just to give you some background, in legacy BRDR, BRDR and BRM share database tables, and this did allow for sharing data between the two applications. Both BRMUG and RADMUG requested enhancements to make the data linkage more user-friendly. But this enhancement was put on hold until the BRDR modernization was completed. So once BRM finished creating their web service API, which allows third parties to sync data with BRM, and the modernization was complete, BRDR used BRM's API to complete the integration. Some of the benefits of this enhancement, it allows agencies to automatically import structured data and parameters into BRM, or from BRM into BRDR. It also allows agencies to view multimedia attachments from BRM and BRDR. And it allows agencies to automatically export bridge rating data from BRDR to BRM for FHWA reporting. Okay, and now I'm going to do a quick live demo of the enhancements that we've made. So getting started, I'm just going to show you how to configure your BRM settings whenever you first install version 7.1. Then I'm going to show you a couple different ways to sync BRM parameters. I'm also going to show you how to link bridges to BRM. I will go over how to view multimedia attachments. And finally, I will show you how to update BRM ratings. Okay. So whenever you first install BRDR, your version 7.1, the bridge management, the BRM integration will not be activated. So in order to activate it, you want to open up the admin utility, log in to the database that you're connected to, and then just click this checkbox that says Enable Bridge Management and click Save. So now whenever you open BRDR, you should see all of the BRDR, or I'm sorry, the BRM icons activated. Okay. Next, to configure your settings, you'll want to go to the View tab, Configuration, and then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom in System Defaults, so these bottom three items are what you need to fill in for your BRM integration. This first box is your BRM endpoint URL. The second checkbox allows you to bypass allows self-signed security certificates if you use that. And then finally, your database ID for BRM. Okay, once you enter all this information, just click Save. Okay, and now one way to update the parameters is again in the configuration window at the bottom here. You can double click on parameters, and then you can just click the sync button. And this will only appear if you have BRM integration enabled. So if you're not currently logged into BRM in BRDR, this box will pop up. So this is your BRM username and password. So, okay. Okay, so once you successfully log in, this window will pop up. The first checkbox, this will pull any parameters that you have in BRM and append them to those that you have in BRDR. If you click this second remove parameters not found box, this will also delete parameters that you have in BRDR that don't also exist in BRM. So be sure to use this option with caution because it will remove data from BRM or from BRDR. Okay, and now you can see all of our parameters have updated here. Another way to update parameters is from the Bridge Explorer. If you go to Tools and you can click Sync Parameters, and again, the same option will pop up for you. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you how to link bridges with BRM. There are two different ways to do this. First, you can link bridges on an individual basis, and this is pretty similar to how this was done in Legacy. So you'll open the bridge window, and if you click Bridge Association, and then you'll want to toggle this to yes, saying that this is a BRM bridge, and then click Select Bridge. So this imports all the bridges that you have in BRM into this table, and you can select a bridge that matches. So I'm just going to select this first bridge and then click OK. Okay, so now you can see several fields were updated here and they're now read-only. In order to update any of these fields, you would need to edit this information in BRM and then come down and click Sync with BRM. Okay, then we'll save that. Okay, another way to sync bridges, if you want to sync or link multiple bridges at a time, you can select all bridges or just select the bridges that you want to link with BRM and click Manage Bridges. Okay, so you can see this bridge that that I just linked previously with BRM has additional information in it. So this lists the BRM bridge ID and NBI structure ID that are coming from BRM. It also shows the date that the bridge was last synced and who it was synced by. So again, this allows you to link multiple bridges. And just to explain the difference between syncing and linking here, whenever you choose to link a bridge, this creates that initial link between BRM and BRDR. Syncing a bridge only works for a bridge that is already linked to BRM. So once it's linked, you can sync a bridge and it will import that data from BRM into BRDR and update it in the bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and click Select Unlinked. So this will select all the bridges that don't currently have a link with BRM. And then I'm going to link selected, click Yes. Okay, and then this link by window will pop up here. This will allow you to search BRM for matching bridges by either bridge ID or NBI structure code. So for this first time through, I'm going to sync by bridge ID. Okay, and this progress window will give you a summary of all the bridges that were linked, and it says that they were also successfully synced. Okay. And then you can see the bridges that were successfully synced. The data is now full in this table, and there were a few that we could not find matches for, so those fields are just left blank. Okay, and then if you wanted to sync bridges, again, you would just click this button after you updated information in BrM. Okay, you can also unlink bridges once you've already created a link, and this will break the link with BrM. Okay, there are also a couple of ways to view multimedia attachments. One way is in the Tools tab. You can just highlight your bridge and then click Multimedia Attachments. This context dropdown will show BRDR and BrM. So if I select BrM, then I will see a list of the attachments that are also available in BrM. You can also access that window from the bridge. Again, if I go to the Tools tab in the window, this is the same options here. Okay. And finally, you can also update your ratings in BRDR and push those ratings to BrM. So to do that, you can highlight whatever bridges you want to look at, and then click at Update Ratings. So this is a list of the vehicles that you would be running this rating against. You can also update this if you go again to View, Configuration, and then BrM Vehicles. You can update all this information here. Okay, going back to Ratings. I'm going to click OK. Okay, so now we're going to run an analysis like you usually would. Okay, so now when I click OK, a new window will pop up. And so this lists the calculated BRDR and the current BrM rating factors for all the vehicles that we just ran the analysis for. So there are a couple different ways to update the ratings in BrM. I can either select one of these checkboxes and click Accept, or I can click Accept All, and it will just automatically update all of the bridges that are in this field. It'll push these ratings to BrM. So I'm going to go ahead and click Accept All. Okay, and you can see the table updated and the ratings were successfully pushed to BrM. Okay. And to wrap things up, so while we were working on this enhancement, a couple things that we noted that where we could improve were versioning the BrM Web API. Currently, the way the BrM Web API is set up is there's no version. So if they were to make any changes to their Web API, it could potentially break some of the new features that we've just enabled in BRDR. So by versioning it, it would give us flexibility to continue to support the BrM integration in older versions. Also, a couple potential improvements for the BrM bridge ratings functionality. We could allow users to choose different rating methods. Currently, only LFD is allowed. Also, we could allow users to save rating history. Whenever we're pushing the ratings to BRM, now the rating is getting saved directly on the bridge. Maybe if we were to save the rating on the inspection report, you could save a history um, along with the bridge in BRM. And finally, as the others start to play with this feature, we'd love to hear any other suggestions that you have for improvements. Just submit a JIRA issue and we'll definitely take a look at it.